catastrophic Category 5 Super Typhoon Kalmaegi, locally called Tino, has torn through the Philippines with winds exceeding 320 kilometers per hour, shredding concrete, flattening homes, and crippling cities. Entire provinces lie in ruins tonight as one of the most powerful storms in Pacific history leaves the nation shattered. When Kalmaegi made landfall on the eastern coast of Samar, entire buildings were torn apart within minutes. Roofs were ripped off concrete homes, transmission towers toppled, and massive steel billboards twisted like paper. Whoa! In Tacloban and Ormoc, eyewitnesses described walls crumbling under the force of the wind and vehicles hurled down the streets like debris. Local authorities compared the storm's intensity to that of 2013's Super Typhoon Haiyan, but noted that Kalmaegi struck with an even broader wind field and longer duration. Power transmission lines were shredded across multiple islands, plunging vast areas into darkness for days. The National Grid Corporation reported nationwide power disruptions in parts of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Telecommunications towers were toppled, cutting off communication from dozens of municipalities for nearly 48 hours. In the storm's path, metal roofs flew like blades, slicing through structures and injuring residents sheltering in their homes. Kalmaegi's winds obliterated coastal towns from eastern Samar to Leyte. In Catbalogan, entire fishing ports vanished, leaving boats splintered and stacked inland by the storm's violent gusts. Airports in Cebu and Iloilo sustained severe structural damage. Terminal roofs were ripped open, runways littered with debris, and navigation equipment destroyed.
What's up?
The Philippine Air Force and Navy reported near impossible flying conditions, delaying early response flights. At least one rescue helicopter was forced to make an emergency landing after being buffeted by hurricane-force turbulence. Military bases in Leyte recorded wind speeds beyond safe operational limits, grounding all aircraft during the storm's peak. As of this report, official estimates indicate more than 180 confirmed fatalities, with hundreds more injured or missing, most due to collapsing structures, flying debris, and crushed vehicles. Thousands of homes built with light materials were annihilated in hours, leaving families with nothing but splintered wood and twisted iron. Hospitals in Cebu, Tacloban, and Dumaguete are treating waves of trauma cases from debris injuries, head wounds, and fractures caused by collapsing buildings. Airports remain closed across the central Philippines, with hundreds of flights canceled and runways littered with wreckage. Seaports in Iloilo, Cebu, and Bohol were rendered inoperable as cranes and cargo facilities were overturned by intense gusts. Transportation Secretary Jaime Bautista described the scene as an industrial wasteland. Ships on land, hangars flattened, entire ports erased. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. convened an emergency session of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, NDRRMC, ordering full military mobilization for relief and search and rescue missions. However, dangerous conditions and debris-choked roads continue to hinder response. Defense officials have requested international assistance for logistics support, including air transport and satellite communications.
哎呦我，哎呦我，好家伙，我也娘回去哦，吓死人了。
United Nations agencies have deployed rapid response assessment teams, while the Red Cross and Médecins Sans Frontières are setting up emergency field hospitals in the Visayas. Power restoration may take weeks, and rebuilding efforts are expected to run into the billions of dollars. "12 years after Haiyan, the Philippines faces yet another defining catastrophe. Kalmaegi's raw wind power, tearing through concrete, steel, and spirit alike, has exposed both the country's progress and its persistent vulnerabilities. With communications slowly returning and search teams reaching the most isolated islands, the full extent of the damage is only now emerging. The nation braces for what may be one of its most expensive and deadly storms of the decade. A reminder of the immense power of nature and the urgent need for stronger, climate-resilient infrastructure in one of the world's most typhoon-prone regions. Thanks for watching Severe Weather, where we break down the facts behind nature's most intense moments. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support keeps this channel going. Hit the bell so you never miss a real, calm, and clear report. Note, some footage in this video may be used for illustration and may not show the exact event described. See you in the next one. Stay informed, stay safe.